Hey everybody, and welcome back. Today I'm going to answer the question of how blind people play video games. I will give several examples on mobile devices like your phone, as well as on a computer and even on a console. Now if you would like to see me play any of these games more in depth, then you can check out my other channel, which is the VI Gamer. I will hopefully remember to link that in the description and with a card, so you can check that out. But for the purpose of this video, I will just show y'all some examples of how blind people play video games. Let's get started. Alright, I don't know how well you will actually be able to see the screen of my phone, but I still want y'all to at least get a general idea of how I play games on my phone. So first I'm going to start off with Piano Tiles 2 and show y'all how I play that. Now with this one, the main way I play this is because it's such high contrast. Like the tiles stand out really well compared to the background. And I'm not very good at this. I'm not good at this by any means, but again, this is just to show y'all. The audio with this game is a really big help, because I can kind of memorize the song and know like the speed of what's coming up and just what to expect. That is how I play Piano Tiles 2. Now another game I will show y'all is Best Fiends, which is another one of my most played games. There it is. And so, with this game, a lot of what I do, especially in this menu, is I use tap to zoom. So whenever I'm choosing what characters, I will triple tap and then look at what I need. So like, okay, I need the slugs, the blue, and the diamond. And then I look at my characters while like super zoomed in. And then I zoom back out and I start playing. For this one, it's a lot harder for me to see, so I have to get super close. And then match the different colors like you're supposed to. And another thing I want to point out is that a lot of times I can't tell the difference between the colors, so sometimes it's just a guessing game with like which ones actually go together. Usually I can tell, but especially if I've been playing for a while and my eyes are getting tired, then I will have to try to kind of guess which ones go together. And that is how I play Best Fiends. Alright, so for my computer games, this is the setup that I have. Now, everyone is different. Some people have desktops, some have laptops, and even people who have a desktop like me still may have a different setup. And that's really how it is with any video games. People have their own ways of playing, depending on their personal vision and what works best for them. But this is how it is for me. So I have my computer down here, like between my bed and my TV stand, nightstand, whatever you want to call it, and then I have it hooked up to my television. That way I can easily switch between TV and my computer if I want without having to switch any wires around or anything. And then I have my mouse over on my bed. For whenever I'm doing stuff, I can just look over like this, and then my keyboard, it just rests in my lap. So if I'm playing a game, most of the time when I'm playing video games, it's a very slow-paced game, not something like Call of Duty or anything that's like super fast-paced. I'm not super into those kind of games anyway, but I can't see well enough either. So I play very slow-paced games. This is The Sims for anyone who hasn't seen it before. So I just have to get close. My chair is off to one side. Some people like theirs in the middle so they can just easily look back and forth. But for me, it's easier to have it on one side. So that way, when I'm sitting over here, I can see the whole screen. And then if I want to see something better, then I can just lean over and look at what I'm doing rather than going back and forth all the time. So that's just my personal preference. And as for reading things, I still get very close. Like this font is pretty big, not that big, but not super small. And I have to get really close to read it, as well as just to see the game in general. So I'll just show you a little bit. Okay, so I'm checking her needs now, and so to check her needs, which are over here, I have to get really close like this. Alright, let's see, what does she need? Just, okay, we'll make him have some dinner. Oops. Alright, and that is basically how I play video games on my computer. Next, I will show y'all how I play video games on a console, which this has a couple different variations, which I will show you now. Alright, so this is one way that I play games on a console. Usually I will do this and just stand in front like this, and then I just get really close to see what I want to do. And this is very similar to what I do on the computer, but I still thought I would show it to you. So I don't play on a console very much, at least not this Xbox, which is what I have right here. Because of the setup, I just don't like it. So when I'm playing on my GameCube at my apartment or something, I like the setup better because it's basically how my computer is set up. But this is how I play at home. With games like Minecraft, they're on any system. For me, there's a lot of running into things just because I can't see that well, and this game isn't as high contrast, so it's harder for me to see. It's a bit hard playing something like The Sims, where there's a lot of reading, or at least some reading, because if anything pops up at the top, then I have to like stand up on my tiptoes and just try to read whatever it's saying at the top. Even with something like this, if I'm building up higher, then it can be harder to see just because this TV is so tall and I'm not quite tall enough. So that is one thing that's kind of difficult, but that is the first way. Now I will show you all the second way that I play video games. The second way I can play console games, if I want to sit on the couch or in a chair rather than stand in front of the TV, is by using a portable CCTV. This one that I have here is the VisioBook, and so it has a camera underneath, and I can point it at the TV, and then I can sit here and play video games. Now, the reason I'm in the middle of the room and not on the couch is because the wireless controller is dead, so I can't show you me actually sitting on the couch, but this is basically how that would work. And then I can just point the camera at whatever I'm looking at or whatever I want to see on the screen, and then play it that way. This is more difficult just because you're looking through a camera or at a screen to see what a camera is seeing, to see what is on the video game, but it still works. And one nice thing that I will point out about playing with the VisioBook or a portable CCTV of any kind is that I can also zoom in. So if I'm playing something that's more visual, I can zoom in at what I'm playing. If I'm playing like a sports game or some kind of like combat type game, then I can zoom in and see what I want to do better. But for this, I usually leave it zoomed out. And then I can just play just like I would if I was right in front of the TV. And that is how I play video games on a console. I hope these examples of how blind people play video games were helpful. If you have any further questions, leave them in the comments down below. And if you would like to know how blind or visually impaired people do anything else, you can leave those in the comments as well, along with any other video suggestions that you may have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more videos, and I will see y'all in my next one.